So tell me a little bit about how Legends Comics came about.
Well, I came on board about 2 years ago. It initially was started by Jason Rock and Wendy Pavanka, and they had an idea for opening up, well, it was essentially like a little comic store boutique. It was like that, catering exclusively to comic book type customers, friendly, customer service oriented, all of that. And they started it about a block and a half from where we are now, in the Woolner's building. And they did a phenomenal job with the store. It was very welcoming and friendly. And I don't live too far away, so I started coming to there. And after a while, I just started to and work there. And then we became partners when this opportunity to start this place opened up, and I came on board to help finance it.
What is it that made you guys like this place? I mean, it really has a different kind of atmosphere here that you see in most comic shops. So how did you come about wanting to do it here?
The Woolner's building had been empty. It was a grocery store, and it closed in 2007. It's about 100 plus years old, and it's just a cool space. And every time any of us, went past it, what are they going to do with that space? It would just be so cool to put a comic book store in it. And finally, when we saw that it had been bought, we went to the guy who bought it, and we were like, "Hey, if you want to, if you would let us, please let us give us a chance to put a comic store in here." And he wanted to have a coffee shop, and so we said, "Well, if you let us put our comic book store in here, we will add a coffee shop. We will do it. We've got a drive-through window, the whole deal." So, drive-through comics forthcoming. We're working on the logistics.
Well, what did you do for that comic book day that was a little special?
We had, of course, the free comics to hand out, but I guess the big special thing was that in March we announced that between March and Free Comic Day we would be selling door prize tickets to raise money for Make-A-Wish, Nebraska. There would be a lot of different prizes, various local businesses, J. Coco, The Grazing Hat, donated gift cards, American Tattoo, just a lot of local places. The grand prize was our copy of Amazing Fantasy 15, which is the first appearance of Spider-Man, $5,000 comic, and we decided that'll be the grand prize, and we'll try to raise as much money for Make-A-Wish as possible. Ultimately, we raised $8,162.38. So I feel very good about that. Countries, we have donations from Australia, New Zealand, Canada, England, South Africa, I remember. So yes, anyone from anywhere was eligible to win. You didn't have to be present to win. So I would have been happy to insure the comic, pack it up in a airfoil briefcase, and send it overseas.
So, what was your feeling when you read off that ticket? And obviously, it was actually a little kid from inside the store even.
Well, I don't remember. I remember being very excited, and then my brain turned off. Apparently, I jumped up and down. I was very excited, but yeah, I couldn't have asked for anything better to happen. I mean, I wanted it to be a local person to win, I wanted it to be a little kid, and I wanted it to be a customer. And the little boy who won, Charlie, was all three of those things. Certainly I would have been happy if anyone had won. I was happy to give it away, that's fine. And I was happy to take money from everywhere overseas, because ultimately, if I hadn't, we would have only raised about half as much. So, but it was just by sheer luck that it happened to be a little boy in the store who bought his ticket 5 minutes before we called it on the day. So.
Are you planning on doing this next year then too?
Yes. The trick is finding a book that will equal or surpass Amazing Fantasy 15. Hard to do. I mean, there's what, Action Comics #1? No one has it. It's an $80,000 book in the worst shape. Detective 27, first Batman, same deal. That being said, that copy of Amazing Fantasy 15 is mine. I have a full run of Amazing Spider-Man. It is my pride and joy, and now I broke it because I wanted something nice. So now there's an Amazing Spider-Man #1 sitting there all by itself, and it may show up on that wall for donations next year. I have not yet decided.